She was a yacht girl. That's right. It's mentioned in the book.
I don't think any of her boyfriends knew about it, but Meghan Markle was known as a hardcore yacht partying person, ready for anything.
They want to hide their secrets, and I just love digging away to find out what they don't want us to know.
There is absolutely zero doubt in my mind. Rachel Meghan Markle was a semi-expensive yacht girl, and she knows it.
And I wonder if Prince Andrew's going to come out and say, hey, Harry, I did your wife quite a few times on yachts before you got her.
A lot of people accuse Meghan of changing Harry, but do you think this is the real Harry?
No, I don't.
What?
When Sarah Ferguson opened her mouth this time, the royal world froze. It wasn't gossip. It wasn't a casual slip. It was a sentence so explosive that even Buckingham Palace didn't know how to respond.
Meghan Markle was introduced by Sarah Ferguson to Prince Harry. Everything happened because of Fergie.
Within hours, the story spread like wildfire, leaving Meghan Markle blindsided and Prince Harry caught in the crossfire. Because according to insiders, what Fergie revealed didn't just stir up old royal drama, it threatened to drag one of the monarchy's darkest secrets back into the spotlight.
Meghan Markle was introduced through Marcus Anderson to Sarah Ferguson.
The comment seemed innocent at first, just a few words whispered during a private conversation. But by the time those words hit the tabloids, it was already too late. Fergie had said something that no one in the royal family was supposed to say out loud, and when Meghan heard it, she was stunned, because this time it wasn't a rumor from the internet. It came from inside the palace walls. But to understand why those few words turned the royal world upside down, we need to go back to where it all began.
Jeffrey Epstein was also Harvey Weinstein, very prominent. There were members. Meghan Markle was just one of the working girls for Soho House. Call girl, working girl, escort, whatever you want to call it. That's what she was.
It started quietly, not at a press event or royal dinner, but at a small, private gathering in London. Fergie was her usual self that night, smiling, charming, and just unpredictable enough to make people lean in when she spoke. But somewhere between polite laughter and champagne glasses, she said something that made the entire room fall silent. Those who were there said you could feel the air shift. At first, no one believed they'd heard her right. Fergie had a reputation for being bold, but this was different. What she said linked Meghan Markle to a name the royal family has spent years trying to bury, and that's when things got dangerous.
Have you ever seen that video?
No.
Pull that video up, because it's one of my favorites.
Prince Andrew, have you noticed how he completely avoids looking at Meghan Markle when she's around him or when she was around him?
Within hours, that offhand comment became the most talked about whisper in royal circles. Reporters started calling sources, palace aides went on alert, and group chats across London were buzzing with one question. Did Fergie really just say that? Because whatever she meant by those words, everyone understood one thing. She just crossed a line that can't be uncrossed.
He said Miss Markle was a close companion to Prince Andrew.
That is the ultimate weapon she can deploy.
But what exactly did Fergie say? And why did it hit Meghan so hard? That's where the real story begins.
Many of you have seen this picture already. You see that there's Meghan with her Cajuna hat.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
When the words finally came out, they hit like a lightning bolt. According to several insiders, Fergie leaned in during that quiet conversation and said, almost playfully, let's just say Meghan was Andrew's first client. The room froze. No one spoke. For a split second, people thought she was joking, but her face didn't move. And that's when everyone realized she meant it.
Meghan Markle hardly spent any time at Northwestern University.
Within hours, the phrase had made its way out of that private gathering and into the hands of reporters who knew exactly what kind of chaos it would unleash.
Meghan used to entertain as a yacht girl. Now, I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it happened, but I am saying Harry knows it.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
Headlines exploded, social media went feral, and the phrase Andrew's first client started trending across every platform. The problem wasn't just what Fergie said, it was what it implied.
And we also have this. This is Karina Shuliak, Epstein's girlfriend.
And the only times she traveled and went anywhere was with him. And guess who's on the other end with her Panama hat?
How good. How embarrassing.
Was she making a cruel joke, hinting at an uncomfortable truth, or trying to settle an old royal score? No one could tell, and that uncertainty made it even worse. The palace went into immediate lockdown mode. Phones were buzzing, statements were drafted, and yet no one dared to respond.
And here we have Andrew, with whom looks like Marcus Anderson. This is in 2001, when Meghan Markle would have allegedly been on third year.
Because whether it was a slip or something far more deliberate, Fergie had crossed into forbidden territory. And now, Meghan Markle's name was tangled in one of the most dangerous rumours the royal family has ever faced. Before she ever wore a crown or weeped through palace gates, Meghan Markle was a woman driven by ambition and survival.
And I know what you're gonna say. Maybe it was just that one trip. No, there were quite a few trips. There's actually quite a lot of pictures about them. There are 2 pictures that leaked.
What?
Hollywood wasn't kind to newcomers, and Meghan learned quickly that connections could open doors faster than talent alone. Between acting auditions, charity galas, and exclusive events, she became known for her ability to blend into high society circles with charm and precision.
That the royal family saying, hey, if you put a book out about Meghan Markle and completely destroy everything and really tell the people how Meghan met Harry.
But those early years weren't without whispers. Rumors surfaced about her attending luxury gatherings, lavish parties on yachts, where celebrities, executives, and social elites mingled behind closed doors. Nothing was ever proven, of course. But in the world of fame and fortune, perception travels faster than truth. The moment Fergie's comment hit the headlines, those old stories started flooding back. Photos were re-examined, and the internet dug deep for connections that might never have existed.
She'd been a Deal or No Deal girl. She was calling herself a model, and she was starring in a show Suits. She used to charge.
To Meghan's critics, it was confirmation of everything they wanted to believe. To her supporters, it was yet another smear designed to destroy her image. Either way, Fergie's few words had managed to reopen a chapter Meghan thought was long buried, and now the world was reading between every line of her past. To understand why Fergie's words hit like a bomb, you have to remember who Prince Andrew is and what his name represents inside the royal world. Once celebrated as the Queen's charming son and a decorated naval officer, Andrew's reputation collapsed under the weight of scandal and silence. His ties to powerful figures and infamous circles turned him from royal pride to royal liability almost overnight. So when Fergie casually linked Meghan's name to his, the implications were catastrophic.
Almost $30,000 per trip, which is why she was making good money. It wasn't on Suits, it was on her yachting trips.
It wasn't just gossip, it was an accusation that threatened to drag the monarchy's most controversial figure back into the spotlight, with Meghan caught in the middle. The idea that the Duchess of Sussex, already one of the most divisive women in royal history, could be connected in any way to Andrew's tainted legacy was beyond damaging. It was nuclear. The palace knew it, the press knew it, and Fergie definitely knew it. Because in the world of royalty, even a whisper of association can spark a full-blown crisis. And this time, that whisper had come from someone inside their own walls.
Harry also knows Meghan was on Jeffrey Epstein's yacht with Prince Andrew.
So why would Fergie say something so reckless? Something that could ignite a royal scandal in seconds? The truth is, Sarah Ferguson has always lived on the edge of royal approval. For years, she's been both insider and outcast, welcomed for her connection to Prince Andrew, yet quietly kept at arm's length by the institution. Every time she tried to rebuild her image, the palace seemed to remind her of where she stood. Some believe her comment about Meghan wasn't accidental at all, but a calculated act, a way to regain relevance in a world that had moved on without her. Others say it came from jealousy, that she saw in Meghan the same attention and rebellion she once embodied. Only Meghan succeeded where Fergie failed. Whatever her reason, it's clear she underestimated the storm her words would unleash, because in the royal game, motives don't matter as much as perception, and once the world turned its eyes toward her, Fergie Fergie realized there was no taking it back. The backlash was immediate and brutal. Within hours, headlines across the world painted Fergie as reckless, jealous, and dangerously out of touch. The palace issued a short, carefully worded statement denying any truth or credibility to her comment. But the damage was already done. Meghan's team went silent, refusing to fuel the fire, while royal insiders scrambled to control a narrative that was spiraling out of their hands. Social media split in two. Half demanded Fergie publicly apologize. The other half claimed she'd simply said what everyone was afraid to admit. Behind the scenes, tensions rose to an all-time high. Fergie was quietly uninvited from several upcoming royal events, and whispers of a private reprimand from senior officials began circulating. Meanwhile, Meghan was reportedly furious, not just at Fergie's words, but at how quickly people were ready to believe them. The situation turned into exactly what the palace feared most: another global scandal dragging the royal name through the mud. And this time, it came from within their own circle. In the weeks that followed, the chaos slowly began to fade, but the cracks it left behind didn't. Fergie retreated from the spotlight, insisting her words were taken out of context, while Meghan doubled down on privacy, focusing on her projects far away from royal drama. Yet the silence between them spoke volumes. Behind palace doors, trust was shaken. Another reminder that no one inside those gilded walls is ever truly safe from betrayal. What started as one careless comment became a reminder of how fragile reputations are in the royal world, where one sentence can rewrite an entire legacy. For Fergie, it was a costly lesson about power and restraint. For Meghan, it was another chapter in a life constantly shadowed by speculation. And for the public, it raised the question that still lingers. In a world built on image, who really tells the truth? The royals or the stories written about them? If you thought this royal drama was shocking, just wait. There's more behind palace doors than anyone realizes. What do you think Fergie really meant by her words? Was it a calculated move or a slip that spiraled out of control? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit like if this story left you stunned. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications, because the next royal revelation is coming, and you won't want to miss a single moment of the chaos behind the crown.